Good day, everybody. Pulse Lord back. What a busy week and weekend. Um, Hex community is on fire. Let's check out some charts. We've got Hex USDC here. Obviously, these are some lines that we're tightening up in here and will eventually break out. This is the ADX and DI indicator, and it looks about the same as it did the other day, where we could go, anything could happen. Green's above the red, which is usually in the, we've been going up. But our stochastic, which is our momentum, stochastic RSI, is curling over. And I want to show you something else, because it's very easy to get so hyped that, even with Hex, that you think that normal financial charts don't apply. And I get it. Hex is different. Hex is, I need to remember you're up there. Hex is, apparently not correlated to anything. However, people do trade this, and it moves in waves. It's not in it's not the singular asset that doesn't move up and down in price, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So this is what I want to show you. If we go over to the weekly, not this chart, sorry, let's go to another one. Where is it? Here we are. So Hex USDC on the week, or on the daily chart, with this here is Steve's custom hybrid indicator from Crypto Crew University. It comes with his courses. It's pretty cool. And down here is wave channel with crosses, and we had a green dot for a buy signal on the daily. It looks like 4 days ago, and we've been cruising up in price. But when we go to the 2-day, we've also got a green dot for a buy. Here's where it gets interesting. On the weekly, we got a red dot for sell, and it's nice and high. And not just that, but Steve's indicator here marked a great sell. And the only other time it did that was this pump here for big payday. So I don't want to be a downer if you've just bought some and it dumps, because all it would take, and again, I'm not betting against Hex, so put this into perspective. I'm just showing you things that I see in the charts. As a guy that, I have to assume that people that are listening to this channel at this point are new to the industry, and I do have some time and experience over you, if that's true. I know I'm not an expert, but I have stared at these charts more than my family probably would prefer. But, and so having stared at them, I've kind of gotten a feel for them, to where you can get your finger on the pulse, so to speak, just by looking at them, And not just that, but when you take and look at all these different indicators and listen to different YouTubers like me, I expect, screw it. I'm going to do a video for Richard Hart. It's like the one thing he's asked of me is to make what is it? I saw Matty Allen had posted to make 1 minute review or whatever, reviews on Hex. So I'm going to do that, and I'll probably wear this a little bit, but honestly, I'm not a fan of the mask. It's just kind of my YouTube character, I guess. So anyway, where was I? All it would take is for someone to unstake that for some reason isn't going to restake. if someone unstakes a massive stake in the next couple weeks and they decide that they've reached the goal they've set and now they're going to go buy an island or something else that we are completely unaware of, some other opportunity has arisen for them, and they have to make them. What if they'd be stupid to not take their hex money and do something else with it? That we're complete. I'm just giving you an idea that these markets do move up and down. You got to be ready for anything, and it could dip. Now, if it does, that's part of this whole ride we're on. We don't know. We don't know, and here's an example. We had an incredible sell on the daily, but we're back up there. So, the charts are just to help you triangulate. I think that's where I was at. You look at these charts, you get whatever experience you have and your feel for the charts, and then you listen to YouTubers and use your discernment, and then triangulate all that information down to your ultimate decisions of what you think you should do. And I'm assuming that's what you're doing here. So I'm just going to tell you what I see when I see it. So here we go. On the daily, I'm still going to wait it out, you guys, because there's so many opportunities. I have Hex staked, so I'm not in a hard spot to buy Hex. And I'm not too, it's just greed to be overly concerned about how much I'll have to send in for sacrifice, because whether it's this much or that much, I'm in on sacrifice. It's just, don't add extra stress to your life by overthinking things. You're already in the community. You're already here. You're leaps and bounds ahead of most other people. And so just count your blessings, start learning, and I'm just rambling, I guess, at this point. But this is something to watch. This weekly dot is something to watch. And here's another thing. I've noticed that there's, at times, Hex moves opposite of Bitcoin and the market at times. Not all the time. But if these traders are, they're trading, and if they see Bitcoin running and they pull money out of their Hex trades, that could be enough to cause some dipping. So let's go take a look at that. And there's another thing I want to show you that about trading. Something I've noticed that I've never heard anybody talk about, and I brought it up. I emailed and brought it up to my mentor, and I don't think he really understood what I was saying, because his answer, or maybe he just had an employee answering. But in the end, what I want to show you is, this is Bitcoin USD on the daily chart, and we're still hanging on this logarithmic support line, and I honestly think this might be where we might drop down to 30 grand, but I think that's about it, and I'll show you why. But first, what I'm trying to tell you is this. Look at the RSI here. I've got these support lines, or this trend line, and look how much different it is from Coinbase to Bitstamp. It doesn't look the same at all. Bitstamp's got, I think, more touch points, and then we'll flip back so you can see. Or no, I did. I drew it wrong. But anyways, my point is that regardless of this, these charts they're not all the same. So even if you have a real high-tech strategy, you have to be on these, if you're trying to trade, you have to be on these charts like a hawk, and not just one. You have to look at all of them, because they don't match up. They're not the same. I've missed trades because I was looking at a BTC Coinbase chart, and it was different than some other chart, and the indicators never hit my points where they did on the other charts. I went back later and was like, oh, everybody else saw that there was a sell, and I missed it. That's great. Anyways, what a whole bunch of stress. Trading, I love the charts, and I love being able to game the system, so to speak, by knowing when it's a potentially treacherous time to buy, like this or this. Not, but anyhow, so here's my main chart that we've been talking about, and this is kind of funny. Instead of coming down, it's riding my little line I drew, which it can do, but I still don't think so. Well, I mean, it could. Um, but another thing is like, so let's just talk about some potentials. Potentially, the sacrifice phase could open up, and if it does, what if everybody that's in involved and aware in the first week, the majority are done sacrificing hex, and then the buying slows down, and then prices start to dip, and then noobs get scared. I mean, who knows? I'm just, anything can happen. Um, if you don't have hex, just make a move. I'm just showing you charts. Um, what else can we talk about? Hex on the daily. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah. 2-day. Yeah, we could. Yeah, I mean we got up. We're in an uptrend. We could definitely swing right up and make some super all-time highs, no problem. I wrote and recorded a rap song yesterday, and it was pretty fun and it's pretty funny. So I invite you to go look at, find that video. And I started writing another one, and I'm gonna write some notes so I can do my appreciation video for Richard Hart. That's what I'm gonna call it. I don't remember what they called it, but Hex is changing my life. I don't know if I told you that, but I fully expect it to continue to do so, and maybe I'll put my video on my channel so people can just, I don't know. It's gonna go on Twitter, but anyways, I'm glad you guys are here. Sorry it was probably boring and long, but I'm exhausted. I've been trying to answer questions online. I'm watching streams so that I can get you guys the best information and so that I can learn. I still got to learn during the day also. And I run a small business that I haven't retired from yet. And I got kids and I got a family. So I am exhausted. I do these videos after midnight, and I want to bring you good stuff. It's exciting. You guys, I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. I don't know. I'll be back with you tomorrow, and we'll see what happens, because something's going to happen. Oh, I do have stuff to show you. I hope somebody made it to the end of this video. So we're gonna go to Bitstamp because that's what we've been looking at. So on the weekly chart, you guys. No, this isn't. Let me go here. Okay, so I made this little extra extension right here. I drew that in. Well, look where, if we, like I said, what if we pumped a few weeks, or even if we just went sideways a couple weeks and then dropped back with the RSI and everything curling back down, we would still only hit about 30 grand to hit this next support line if we stretched it out this far. And time's moving quickly. It could happen real easily. The volume's kind of falling off. Oh, that's the other thing too. Hex's volume is, look at the volume. Without this bar, this would be a hell of a divergence right here. Without this spike, this volume's going down, price is going up. Something to watch. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, just that on the weekly, like I said, I hope that some of you are still here that care about charts, because look at this. This is 2017 top. Okay. So we've only been this low in the RSI since in the last 4 years. About 6 times. So what? One point something a year. Don't think this is going on forever. This is what I talk about when I talk about waiting for the charts to come into incredible buying opportunities. Look at here. When these indicators get down here on the weekly, it doesn't last that long. I think it can track sideways right here. And in fact, it's riding on this support. Look at that. All the way back over here. It was resistance, and then it became support here. Is that right? Yeah, well, we're close to it anyway. Maybe if I switched over to the other, to Coinbase, it would probably show us right on it. See, anyways. But one of the things I want to show and talk about, though, is this RSI. When this is down here, it and usually doesn't stay. But this is the weekly chart, so each little bar is a week. This could go on for weeks, but I wouldn't necessarily expect it to, because at least not without some pumps, because it just doesn't like to be that low without traders seeing it and taking advantage. Because like I said, when there's a super high likelihood, like right here, that it's gonna pump, well, people like me, we take that bet. I see this. I'm not sitting there doing nothing. And I see even this. I see this with just these two. This is buy zone. On a weekly, this is really powerful. So if we do dip, it's going to be a buy opportunity, everybody. It's not going to be we go down another 5-10 grand. Don't think that it's going to keep going, because that is just an illusion. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for visiting my channel. Sorry for talking your head off. Hopefully it was useful in some way, shape, or form. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.